Folks, welcome everyone to our tech center. So I'm James Mercado. I'm the product manager for Skysite. I work for Arc Document Solutions, and before this, I actually worked for Deep Air Construction, and I moved to Arc Document Solutions because they are the expert in document management. So it's just a fitting trade for what I do best. So what we develop in Skysite is a document management for construction documents. So we have three components. So we have the cloud component, we have the desktop component, and we also have the tablet component. Of course, everybody needs to be on a tablet nowadays because instead of carrying a roll of drawings, you want to actually carry an iPad because once there's an update, you can easily push those onto all of your team members. So our tablet component, so it's available in the App Store and also in Google Play. So if you actually, here's Skysite. So everything that's on the cloud that you have access to are on the right-hand side, and everything that's on the left are projects that have been downloaded to your tablet and syncing for new information that have changed from the cloud. So if any projects that I actually want to download, I have the option to download the latest document or all files and folders on the cloud. So right now, if I just skip it, it actually won't download all of those information. So as you can see, if I go into my latest document, I actually have some annotations that this is actually not the current version of the sheet. So if I go into that sheet, it will actually show that it's not current. So anything that I do on here, I know that this is not the current version of the sheet. So also, this is not just for drawings. So this is also for specs. So if you are running your projects on your tablet, so you're not just viewing the drawings. As you can see here, I can actually view all of the specs. And also for the specs, because these are rich text, you can actually do a search on those information. So now we'll actually go on the cloud component. So as you can see, we actually released this back in January, and we already have a lot of new features. So we changed our viewer. So now we're using tile-based viewer. And also we're supporting hyperlink on the PDF. So any hyperlinks that you actually create on Bluebeam using batch hyperlink, we can actually support those. Or if you're using Adobe, we can also support all of those. And aside from that, anything that you do on Skysite actually will be supported onto the PDF. So as you know, that like at the end of your project, you want that your entire project to be easily downloadable, and you can put it on your network drive, or you can do all of the, for facility management, you can put it on another device, and all of those will still be working. So as you can see here, if I go into my project here, so also the desktop sync is actually can be downloaded from the website. So as you can see, the latest document here. So this is just all of this are actually pulling from all of the different folders within Skysite. So if I actually pin this over here, so where you're not having to duplicate all of your information from one folder to another folder. So here, all of these documents are actually coming from all of the change orders or from the permit set. So if I actually want to look at it on a list view, as you can see here, I can see here that this is coming from change order 508. I have 11 versions, and if I want to see those versions, I actually just go here, and I go into revision history, and I can see all of those versions right here. So if I want to see it, I can actually just look at it, and it will open up the viewer that we actually have. So with the viewer that we have, it's all using HTML5, and as you can see here, I can actually create a markup on here. And so let me just zoom in a little bit here. So here I can actually have the capability to link to the latest document. So every time if I link something to the latest document, if that document have changed, it will actually change the link to always the latest version of the document. But if you actually have, let's say, if you linked it to a specific version of the document, it will always go to that specific version. So here, if I just hit OK, so now it's actually linked to that document. So you just need to hit save and then just type it and just hit go. So all of everything that's happening within Skysite is actually can be made available on on your desktop. So here, if I go to my folder here, so let me just find my folder. So these are the projects that I actually have on Skysite. So these are always fetching for new information that have changed from the web. And as you can see here, this is actually a set of documents that I've hyperlinked using Bluebeam. So all of the batch hyperlink, we can actually acknowledge that in Skysite. So all of this, so it works on the cloud side, and it will also work on the desktop side. So here I can actually just follow the link. All of those will actually be supported in Skysite. So, and if I need to share any of, as you can see here, it's also tracking all of the activity that's happening within Skysite. And you actually, so you can share it at a file level. So if you just need to send a copy of that file, you can actually send that. And here you can actually set expiration date as well. And if you actually need to share it at a folder level, you actually have the option to send it or actually share the entire folder. So it will give you all of the contents of that folder. And if you actually want to send it at a project level, let me just go to my projects here. So here I actually have more options. So I can actually invite them as a viewer, or I can allow them to upload some documents into Skysite. So for the viewer, they can download it using the desktop sync or using the tablet app, and it's actually free. So they don't have to pay anything. They can just be a free viewer as long as they're just viewing. So now once they have to upload anything, let's say you're a subcontractor, need to upload any submittal items, you actually need to give them some edit and publish rights, and they will be able to upload to Skysite. And all of that are actually being tracked on this activity. So as you know, like a lot of the folks, it always matters when they actually submitted everything. So here, we can actually track everything that's happening within the project. So if you have folks that are saying that they never received the document, they never saw it, so you can see here, everything is actually being captured. So if I go back, let's say if I go to a certain range of date, so you can see it actually shows me who's sharing the project, who's uploading, and who's deleting some projects. And obviously, whenever you have projects, you also want to know who's downloading all of your documents. So you can see here, we can actually get all of that. And I can also export it to CSV, and I can do like further filtering. So that's the same. So this export to CSV is also something that we have for the document management. So if I were to go onto my document here, oh, I think it's still processing. So this is my activity log. And as you can see here, once it's in Excel, you have more further capability for filtering. So for the activity log, so that's activity, and here's the document. So on the latest document, if I were to run my report from the project level, it will actually give me all of the iteration of the documents. But if I run it from the latest document, it will just give me a version of that current document. So as you can see here, if I run. And also when you're uploading files on Skysite, it's actually not being versioned by the upload date. It's being versioned by the revision date. So you can actually upload, let's say, your permit set, and then later on you discover that there are some existing drawings that you want to put in Skysite as for history purposes. You can actually upload those and set it to, let's say, to 2014. It will actually identify that it's not the most current version. It will actually layer it behind the current version of the sheet. All right. So for Skysite, go into like skysite.com. You can actually sign up for free. And for some folks that's already been using Skysite, especially if you've been invited to a project by a paid account, you actually will have access to that account until the expired invitation actually until it expires, or also if they stop becoming a paid member, that's the only time that you'll actually lose your membership with Skysite. But other than that, like you can actually invite folks to collaborate on your project as a viewer, and they don't have to pay anything. So, all right, thanks, Rob.